Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Retro and Rare podcast episode for Mysterious Monday. I only said that because I freestyled at the last second and you said Mysterious Monday. Doyle, I can't wait to hear this. Explain why it's a Mysterious Monday.
Because it's a mystery.
What's a mystery?
That we're doing this podcast, right?
Yes, it is. It is a fucking mystery. It's a goddamn
And the mystery
miracle.
how I came here early.
Oh, that would have been a miraculous Monday because it's fucking miraculous. You actually still were here a few minutes late, but you did get here within the grace period. I told you if you were an employee of mine officially, I would write you up for that. You would still be late. I would dock your pay for the day. But since you do all this for free anyway, it's a win-win for everybody. So anyway, it's a Mysterious Monday. We are kind of getting close to Halloween, so we could do that. You watch horror movies in October? You one of those guys?
Yeah, watch The Shining, right?
Yeah. I always forget that The Shining, I get it, it's a horror movie, but is it a horror movie or is it a thriller? It's categorized as horror, I'm assuming. I did watch, I made the girlfriend watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And you know what? She's a trooper. She got through it. She's fine. She doesn't like horror movies to begin with. But we did watch that. I was going to make her watch the original Hills Have Eyes as well. See, I like fucked up old horror movies. You know, even watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the millionth time, but every time I watch it, I pay attention to different things here and there. Like, you know, it's made in 1974, I believe it is, or something around there. You know, it's not like these new movies. I happen to like the way that those old movies are shot, the realism and stuff. Some of it's cheesy as fuck. The acting isn't so great, but your boy in the van in the wheelchair, you think that's his blood? You know, that guy.
What about the centipede?
What, the Human Centipede? You always bring that up. How many times have you watched the Human Centipede?
That's a bad one. That one time, that's it.
That one, you have to find out. I mean, look, curiosity killed the cat on that one. And I remember I watched the first Human Centipede movie. I watched the movie. But I think there was a second and a third one. And I just fast forwarded it to the end because I wanted to see the fuckery and it was absolutely ridiculous. So anyway.
That was bad.
Yeah, it was not. I'm not a fan of the movie, the series, really anything about it. But God bless people who, I don't know what kind of drugs they take to write those kind of movies, but God bless them.
What's the best one to watch?
Probably the first one. But I would stay away from the series as a whole.
No, I mean the best horror movie ever.
Oh, ever for me? I mean, I always said that OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre to me was just kind of, that's my favorite one.
What about Alien?
Once again, I think that is more of a, it is a horror. Is it a horror movie?
Yeah.
It's like a suspenseful thriller. I don't know. Alien is a slow build, you know? Like I'm thinking more slasher movies. Like, you know, I was into the typical Friday the 13th, Jason, you know, the whole shit like that. But, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street was a huge thing. Hellraiser's dope. I like Hellraiser. Pinhead. He's a sick fuck. So a lot of people have been hitting me up. We'll get into topics and stuff in a little while. We're good on that for this moment. But everyone else hitting me up because I guess the Venom Carnage movie, it premiered. So certain states, certain cities have premieres you can get into. I didn't go to any of them. I'm not that serious about it. I've had some friends, you know, people that I know hit me up, say that I might like it. Some people say I might not like it. We'll see. I'm going to definitely watch it. I was going to take the girl. We're going to go to the actual movie theater, which I don't ever do. Or haven't done in a while. So, I did watch, it's funny, we always recap movies. I like the recap of movies on this podcast that we do. Last night I watched, see what I do is I tell the girlfriend, now we have this thing where it's like, what movies do we want to watch? And we line them up and then like, she surprised me because I mentioned this one in kind of passing, but yo, your boy Johnny Five, Short Circuit. We watched Short Circuit last night. Love that movie, bro. Johnny Five. I actually really like the second one the best, but we watched the OG one, which I haven't watched in a really long time. So
It's not a horror movie, though.
No, Johnny Five is not, or Short Circuit rather, not a horror movie. Yes, I did kind of switch paragraphs on that a little bit. I'm just naming movies, you know, that I watched throughout the week. You know what? I know you want to come in here, Doyle, and talk some football. I got to get my cable back because this is weird. Now that it's NFL season and we're in week 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about just getting the Sunday ticket. I don't do cable TV anymore. Everything I do is streaming, so I don't have like TV. And I haven't watched like live sports in a while. It's fucking with me because I'm such a sports guy. It's weird. So I guess I'm going to get the Sunday ticket thing. That's what I got to do. Because I miss football, man. Fucking Giants and shit. What am I doing?
Are they doing good?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm not going to be one of those guys, bro. I haven't been watching. I'm an asshole. But I really want to. I'm getting the itch. And I was thinking, here's the thing, Doyle. I was thinking about putting a couple wagers on the game. A couple of games. Because here's what happened. Let me give you a recap here. Uncle Mikey's been at the casino. Uncle Mikey decided, because you know what? Tampa's right here, man. Like, I always forget we have that giant Hard Rock, Seminole Hard Rock Hotel Casino. That mall I always go to, the one that's the dead mall and that's got the dope game store in it. Bro, that's like 20 miles, if that, from the Hard Rock. Oh. So one day I was driving there and I go, dude, if I'm driving all the way here, and I do that once a week-ish, why don't I just go down to the casino? And randomly, I just decided I was going to meet a friend there. And at the last second, the friend fucking stood me up and said he ain't going to be there. But I was already 70 miles into my trip. Like, okay, well, I'm going to go. So I go in there and I fucking go to the ATM and I take out $500 and I say, this is it. If I lose this 500, you see, that's my thing. I'm not a gambler. I've never been a gambling guy. Had my fair share of high stakes CeeLo game in New York. If anyone from New York knows CeeLo, the 3 dice game, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 trips.
Is Bronx Tale?
Not Bronx Tale. They were playing craps in Bronx Tale. They weren't playing CeeLo. That would be dope. But I don't think it's strictly a New York thing. But most of the time when I bring up CeeLo, a lot of people don't know what that is. I taught you how to play years ago. It's just a really fun game with 3 die. 3 dice. Is it die or dice? Die is plural.
3 die.
I want to get my shit right.
Or 3 dices.
It's not dices. That's something you would say, adding an S to everything. Now, so I walked in the casino. Now, bro, the casino's just, it's hopping, bro. The old people are in there. Now, keep in mind, this is like noon on a Tuesday. Old people going ham. The fucking slot machines going crazy. I love blackjack. It's one thing. I'm not going to say I'm good at blackjack, but I understand the concept. In a casino, it's you versus the dealer. What you do with blackjack is you always just assume that the dealer has a 10 under their card. So if they get a 10 face up, you assume that the face down card is a 10 also, so it's a 20. So if you only have 14, you got to hit because you got to at least get 20 or better. That's how you strategize. That's how I do it. So I lost a lot of my money in the slots. I lost like $200 in slots. That's a lot considering they're like $3 bets. Bro, but I just keep hitting the fucking thing. And then I went over to the blackjack tables, and I sit down. The first table I sit down, it's like $50 a hand. And I'm like, I'm already here, just 50 a hand. And within 2 seconds, I lost my money.
You should have did what your boy Rain Man does.
I tried, but he counts cards. You can't. No.
He was nice with it.
Yeah, Rain Man's super nice with it. Now, but here's the thing. I lost money, but then I won it back. I was up. It took me like an hour. But slot machines were paying out. I put $2 in one slot. I won $100. I was like, okay, and I immediately cashed out, put the ticket in my pocket. I got my money back, and then I think I made like $12. I had like $512. And then I had lunch. That cost me $40. Okay, now I'm down. Not really down because I didn't have lunch. But so I left the casino and I called my girl. I'm like, oh, I was at the casino. She called me and I'm like, I'm at the casino. She was like, what the fuck? It's 2 PM. What are you doing? I'm like, yeah. So anyway, the next day, she randomly says, I went to visit her at work, and she said something like, why don't we go to the casino tonight? And I'm like, yeah? And you know me, I'm like, give me another excuse to go to the fucking casino, because now I'm all hyped up about the fucking place. It's a really nice place. They got shops in there. It's a nice place. A million people have been there. So I'm like thinking, I'm going to rent the room. We'll have a nice dinner. I mean, because I might have a couple glasses of wine, maybe something down the way. I'm not driving home, right? So I'm like, all right, yeah, fine, whatever. I convinced her to we'll stay over because she has work in the morning. It's an hour and a half drive. We got to leave extra early, but I'm like, it'll be good. It'll be good. So we go. We have a great time though. We have dinner. I'm winning some money, really not bad. I played a couple things of blackjack. Mostly it was slots. I just kept feeding her. When I say I won money, I would just kept feeding her fucking $20 bills. Put it in, ding, 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 it's gone. All right, ding, 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 it's gone. It was a good time. Here's the thing. I decided to have a couple glasses of wine. And I don't drink anymore. I really don't drink anymore. So I had 3 glasses of wine. I was feeling pretty good.
While playing the slots?
Yeah, it was kind of vibing. Yo, dude, I got myself
sluts.
a big ass cigar. You could smoke. So you could smoke in there. I walk around smoking a cigar. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot places like this exist. Mainly casinos.
With the mask on?
There's nobody wearing masks. Everybody is fucking old people smoking cigarettes. And then I'm like, there's a cigar shop in there. I'm like, I go in there. I'm like, can I get a cigar and smoke it? The guy's like, yeah. I'm like, ring me up. Get a nice cigar. So listen, I'm feeling myself. I'm having a good time, bro. End of the night, or I'm like, you know what's a good idea? It's like 10:30. I'm like, yeah, we should let me make sure I get a room. I was going to book it earlier, but I go up to the counter. I think you know where I'm going with this. There's no room. The guy's like, sir, all the rooms are booked, but there's some off-site stuff. I'm like,
Must have the suite.
yeah, fear and loathing. I understand my room is ready, but we must have the suite. Here's the thing. I couldn't believe this giant place doesn't have one fucking hotel. And listen, I'm not being an asshole, but I would pay a decent amount, a few $100s for the one night. Like, I'm an idiot. I'm only using it for 7.5 hours. But even at that rate, just because it's an hour and a half drive home, like, I'm not driving home now. And when they said that I was so upset. And my girl's like, she's like, calm down, da-da-da. I'll drive your car home. And I'm like, nobody drives my car. Like, you know, like, I'm like, nobody in my life. Nobody drives my car, bro. I don't play games. When I was 17 and had a $1,500 Cadillac, nobody drove my car.
Well, you should have told them you had your own podcast.
Oh, yeah. Have you guys heard the Retro and Rare podcast? Oh, you know what, we happen to have 4 suites available. Just take them off. We didn't know you were with the Retro and Rare podcast. Doyle, I pray that we have that problem one day. Currently, we don't have that problem.
Or you could have told them you were a son of Bob Dylan.
So you want me to just walk in there and say, hey, how you doing? I know you guys are booked. I'm Bob Dylan's son. And that gets you a hotel room? Where'd you learn that trick? Bob Dylan's son?
Oh, it's Florida.
Oh, okay. So Bob's down here. He's up and down. Yeah, you're right. Okay, next time I'll say, here's the long story short. The girlfriend got to drive the car home. Now, the girlfriend likes to drive aggressively. That's her thing with her car. She's like, speed demon. She's driven New York to Florida 100 times. She drives. Okay, well, I'm like half tipsy, like not excited about this. I'm in my passenger seat gripping on. I look down. She's doing like a hundo at some point. I was like, and then,
But you've done that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just was not at peace with that. But you know what? She did a great job. We got home. Everything was fine. The point is, it was just funny I can imagine me in a third person. Like, she filmed me walking out of the casino, and I was walking ahead of her because I was mad at her because she was clowning me that she's going to get to drive. There's nothing I can do. I had to take the L. There was no, I wasn't going to Uber home. I can't magically make my car get back home. There's no hotels. I'm not driving off there, finding a hotel. It's either we're going to stay in the Hard Rock or we're not. So the funny thing is, though, the next day I went back at 10 in the morning to the casino because I left and I had $200 and something in chips in my pocket. I never cashed my chips in. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll go back. Guess what? I won $400. I took that 2. I won $200. I'm sorry. But actually, I was up that money. So I won about $325. All said and done. Including dinner that we bought and everything, I was up over $300.
Because you went back?
Because I went back. Now, when I went back, a little 10 a.m. trip. I'm there. It's like 11:45, noon when I get there. I'm like, you know what? Before I start with the chips, let me go have a nice little lunch over at the Hard Rock Cafe, which is a nice place. It's dope. They have great memorabilia in there. I just ate there the night before with the girlfriend. It was so funny. I'm there the next day. Like, let me get a burger. I got a decent little lunch. Cool lunch, right? I go to the casino floor. I'm like, all right, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't believe I'm even back at this fucking place, but I have this $200 and something in chips in my pocket. I'm going to play some bigger hand $50, $25 and up blackjack games. And if I put the thing down, I lose, I just leave. I get in my car and I leave. Before I did that, I played 1 or 2 slots. Didn't have a good whatever. Well, guess what? I'm walking around the casino, and I just always do the thing. I always do phone. You'll see me. I tap my phone. I tap my keys. I tap my wallet. Always. I just want to make sure I have those 3 things on me at all time, no matter where I am. Phone, keys, wallet, right? Keys gone. My car keys are gone, bro. I'm like, what? So I run back to the fucking Hard Rock Cafe. I'm like asking all the waitresses. I'm like, I was just here. And I was on the phone. I was FaceTiming with somebody in the restaurant. And I remember I dropped my wallet on the floor and I had to go grab it. So I'm like, my keys must have fell. No keys. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I got to call Mercedes now. Like, how much is this going to cost for a new key randomly? Can they deliver it? Like, do I got to tow my car home? Like, I'm almost 2 hours from home. Bro, I start looking on the casino floor. Then I remember I know where I dropped them. In one of those chairs that are in the slot machines, they're big, comfortable chairs, so you sit there for hours. I know, and I was wearing these weird gray pants that I have that are like, they're kind of cut weird, and the pockets are slim, so I know that my keys fell out. And I looked around, and I paced around, and I started like almost panicking, because I'm like, this sucks, bro. I asked one of the security guys, I'm like, this is a long shot, bro. I'm like, did you guys find any keys? It's for a Mercedes, and it has this on it and that on it. He goes, I didn't see nothing, man. He goes, you can go to the security stand. I'm like, oh, my God. I go over there. There's an old lady there that must have fell down, and she was complaining about something in the casino, like she slipped on something. She was with her husband. And then the two people that were running the security stand were two very elderly women. And they just looked like they were there for social hour, and they didn't care. But guess what? I said, ma'am, I lost my keys. She goes, what's on the keys? And I explained my keychain. She goes in the drawer, pulls it out. Bro. I was so excited because I really thought I lost my keys. And I guess at the end of the day, it could have been remedied somehow and it wasn't the end of the world. But, man, I would have rather lost like, a $100 bill or something than to lose my fucking keys in my car. And I had my house keys, my stupid fancy door fob thing for in here for my apartment. That cost money. And then I have to replace that. Anyway. Glad I got it back. So that's my little casino story. Nothing crazy, but I don't often go to a casino, so that was cool. I went 3 times in 3 days, which was weird. I'd be willing to go back. If you want to go, Doyle, you let me know. It's fun. Smoke a cigar, fucking play some slots, have some.
Not if you lose your keys again.
Well, I didn't want to lose my keys. That doesn't happen often to me, but thank God I do my little check all the time.
You could get the AirTag.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good one.
Yeah, people are using that to track their significant others now. You know that? They're putting them in the cars and some shit like that. Yeah. Putting it in the purse. Yeah, not that I would do anything like that because I'm not like that. But, all right, give me the weather. What's the local weather here? We're supposed to do a weather report. I got off on a tangent.
All right, so we got real feel 82. It might drop down to 76.
Ooh, it's getting slightly brisk here
Still
in the early
very
fall.
humid, though.
Yeah, it is. But a couple of nights ago, it wasn't. It was actually, you could feel the cool air. It was really nice. Nightly routine balcony cigar at night is nice.
Yeah, so you don't need a casino.
But it's nice. It's a getaway. It's like a getaway, but that's what's cool about Florida, I always say. You could drive in a few hours in each direction and feel like you're in a different place. Like a completely different state.
Well, I think most places don't have casinos.
I do got to get out of here though, bro. I've been saying it for a while. I got to fly away. Fly
out of
like
the
a
Matrix?
bird. No, I want to get out of the country. So.
But you don't like airplanes.
I don't. And there's the conundrum, which is word of the day.
Oh, you could go on a boat.
Cruises might be a nice idea. Actually, thank you, Doyle, for bringing that up. Listen, me and the girlfriend have been talking about, she's a traveler, right? Because she does it for work. She travels everywhere. She's about to go to fucking New York tomorrow. She goes to Italy. She goes to Turkey. She does all this shit, right? For her job. And she keeps telling me, get your fucking passport. I don't even have a passport, right? I get my birth certificate. I got to do things. And I got to have a reason. But now I kind of want to get the fuck out of here. But a cruise is a happy medium. Because I've been on a cruise before. I love cruises. You feel like you're in a floating city. I mean, right now we could be on a cruise right now. It would feel like this. So I'm down for that. And then you can end up somewhere in Europe or I don't know how far. I mean, of course they do. But I'm saying I don't know how far. I would go to like the Bahamas or some shit like that. Tropical getaway. Some shit they give away in Wheel of Fortune. That's what I want. But yeah, I know this past weekend, our boy Josh, I didn't go to, believe it or not, it came and went already. The fucking New York thing, New York connection, bro. East Coast connection.
You could have went.
The vintage event. I was going to go, and then I backed out. I had some stuff to take care of here that would have overlapped that day anyway, and then I figured it wasn't worth it. And then I was going to meet the girlfriend there because she's going, and there was a few days of overlap, and then I would just be in New York City by myself for a few days, and I'm like, I didn't know if it was worth it. I wasn't really feeling it, but I do need to set up a trip. We got to do something. I know last time they suggested, someone in the comments suggested we take that road trip. And well, my cousin suggested it, but someone in the comments was like, yeah, it's a good idea. It is. We can film it. We can vlog the whole thing. We go from here to wherever, hit all the vintage spots up. You know what I mean? Just, good content. Solid content. You down?
It's not bad.
All right. Let's get into some topics. Look, Pokemon Go. I see it. I saw Bulbasaur. I just saw it.
All right, we got topics. All right, so which one do you want to do?
Well, that's your job.
All right, so we got Look Ass 83, top comic book games.
Now, games based on a comic book per se?
Yeah.
Or with comic book characters? So, like, what's a comic book game? I guess Maximum Carnage, because it was a comic book? But like Captain America and the Avengers on Sega. The Avengers, as you like to say.
What about Comic Zone?
Comic Zone is a great game. Now, I don't know that that's what he meant, but I love Comic Zone. The art style, incredible. Very 90s. And innovative, different. The way you're inside a comic book at times. That's pretty cool. I was just thinking today, there's a lot of bad Spider-Man games. You ever notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of them are rare and expensive, like the Web of Fire one on 32X. It's a few $100 just cart alone if you could find it. But, yeah, I mean, the NES Spider-Man, not so good. The Sega Genesis, the arcade game, Arcade's Revenge, terrible game. That stupid noise. Right?
Spidey Sense?
Yeah, the Spidey Sense noise when the Spidey Sense lights up. It's the most annoying buzzing sound. It reminds me of the buzzing sounds in vintage muscle cars. When you get in, it's just like... and just stays on buzzing until you turn the car on. I don't like it. Wolverine had a couple of games. Wolverine's newer games are kind of cool. They're very violent. The newer, like PS3 shit. But is there games, am I bugging out, or are there games based directly from a comic book series? War of the Gems, that with Thanos and everyone in there, that's kind of close. I love that game. That's a great beat 'em up. I love it. Kind of underrated. It's dope that it's on the arcade 1-up, which is kind of cool.
The Batmans?
Batman, I mean, dude, Batman on NES are some of my earliest memories. Batman and RoboCop. Just that fucking music from RoboCop. I love that shit. That 8-bit sound, bro, is beautiful. Oh, and briefly, before we get deep into topics, let's do trinkets. Number one, this dope-ass graffiti Irish hat. They did a line of these hats in the 90s. Everything from NBA teams like the Charlotte Hornets, and it would say Hornets with the B on it, and it's all dope graffiti style. I'm Irish. I love the Fighting Irish. I've always been a Notre Dame fan until I realized, when I wanted to go there when I was a kid and da-da-da. First of all, definitely not smart enough to get into Notre Dame. Number two, at the time, I drank a lot. Come to find out, it was a dry campus, meaning you can't drink there. I'm like, I'm out. Like as if I was going to be able to get in anyway. But anyway, always been a fan.
An Irish school that you can't drink?
Yeah, that's the problem. I didn't think that. I mean, who would have thought? I don't know. But I love Notre Dame. I love the Fighting Irish. I've always been a fan of. There's so many pictures of me as a kid growing up with all kind of old school merch from Notre Dame on.
Yeah, the colors are good.
I never had this hat, but I'll be honest. I didn't find this at the thrift store. I got it on eBay. It was a bidding war. It was like 31 bids, but I ended up getting the highest bid. Under $100 is what I paid. I will say that.
It's fitted on Bones Malone?
Well, it's not fitted. It's a snapback. It says Irish on this side. The other side says Notre Dame on it. I just think it's a really dope looking hat. I'm into graffiti. I write graffiti, or I did write graffiti. I just like the style of it is amazing. And the only other one that I would like to have is the Yankee one. They make a Yankee one. It looks phenomenal. Yeah, they do them all, bro. They do Miami. They do everything. But like everything else in the vintage game, prices are going up.
Well, that one's kind of rare, right?
It is rare. I've never seen it. I didn't know it existed. And I'll be honest, it looks pretty good now. I got it. It was dirty as fuck. Toothbrush and Dawn soap. I did it today. It dried. It looks really good. I got some more work to do on the inside to kind of clean. I'm going to bleach the inside.
You want me to zoom in?
No, don't touch the camera, bro. It's never going to change. We're going to be doing the show in 12 years from now. You go, yo, you want me to pan to it or zoom in? Simple response. Don't touch the camera.
But this camera has like a baby gimbal inside.
Yeah, it might. I don't know what it has, Doyle. But I got it so we can just film it high quality. Looks good. You look good. You feel good. You do good. Okay? You live good. But here's the thing. We're going to go from something positive and beautiful to something that I'm upset about. Quite upset. We're going to, if you would like to focus your attention here on Shaolin Style, Wu-Tang game, PlayStation, wonderful, love it, been a fan, am a fan, will always be a fan. I ended up getting a sealed copy. I ended up getting a sealed copy in a very strange way because I provided Raekwon's son, shout out to Jabari, with a copy of Shaolin Style and a PlayStation 2 system and a bunch of other PlayStation games so he could play it. And, you know, this is years ago. Well, that night, because I gave my own personal copy away, I ended up finding a sealed copy of the game and the manual for $49. Game guide. I said manual. I meant game guide. I've had that now for 5 years, maybe 6 years. Well, you know, your boy Shredder, we bought Shredder. We had him up here last week. Well, Shredder, I decided to put this down on a table. Shredder decided to take a face dive and, like, with his fucking mask on, like a guillotine fucking sword, slammed into the front of this fucking thing and cracked the case. Now my sealed copy of fucking Shaolin Style, we might as well just open the fucking thing because the case is broken. There's no point.
I mean, Shredder's a villain.
Yeah, he fucked me. He fucked me good. Okay? And I'm upset about it. And not only that, but he fell on top of the crystal blue PlayStation and gave it a little ding on that too.
You're going to throw him off the balcony?
I don't know what I'm going to do. And I had him in a completely different spot than I had all the other NECA figures that were falling down. So there's definitely kind of spirit forces, ghosts, something. I don't know.
Voodoo magic?
Yeah. My girlfriend is a witch of some kind, and I think I pissed her off lately, and I think she did that. She'd never admit to that, and she's probably going to be upset that I called her a witch on the program. So that's an L I might have to take as well as I think about it. But here's the thing. I'm upset about this. And there's nothing I can do. Maybe the fine viewership that we have can give me suggestions. Do we open it? Do we leave it? You suggested I get it graded a long time ago. I should have. That would have protected it. I don't know. I don't have much other to say. I'm frustrated. I'm not going to lie. I'm frustrated about it.
You going to open it?
I already have an open copy. I play all the time. That's what I'm saying. I guess I'll just leave it sealed and it's got a story. I don't know what the fucking... Damn it. All right. So let's shift gears, which is a nice segue because it is a Porsche. I'm not a Lego guy. I've never really been a Lego guy. When I was younger, I fucked with Legos, and not like just in the normal sense. I was at Target, and I'm walking around, and I'm looking at shit. I saw the Carnage and the Venom one. People send it to me all the time that there's a Carnage and a Venom Lego. They look terrible, guys. Let's just be honest. It's like a blockheaded fucking... and that's one reason I don't fuck with Legos.
Well,
Legos,
that's not through the picture,
but
though. You haven't built it.
A lot of the Legos never look correct. And when they do like the Bugatti car, or like when they do certain like the Millennial Falcon or something shit like that, it always looks like, yeah, but it's blocky and weird. And I get it, it's Legos. This, however, struck me as something that's like, no, that's a dope ass old school Porsche. It's a 911. I believe it's a 70 something, maybe a 77 Cabriolet. But it resembles it really nicely. And then I look at the pictures on the back that detail it. There's the interior and everything. I thought, you know what? This will be something for me to do in spare time, kind of dope. Maybe me and the girlfriend could do it together. First of all, I show it to her. She goes, what are you, fucking nuts? I want nothing to do with that. I don't want to do that. It's build it. Look how many. It's 1,500 pieces. I'm not much of a puzzle guy. You're a puzzle guy, Doyle. You've done some puzzles in your life.
Yeah, I've done a few. They take time, though.
I know. Well, but this one seems like it might be satisfying. This one seems like put a football game on, go outside, smoke a blunt, come back in, and you sit down and you build this and you watch and you chill. It seems like one of those things. And then eventually when it's done, I'll display it. I'm a huge Porsche guy. Got the Porsche ring. I love Porsche. It's one of my favorite car companies of all time. This is an iconic vehicle. I figure let's build it. I think I might have gotten in over my head. The last time I built a Lego thing was fucking 30 years ago. I don't remember. I guess we'll see what happens. Did you fuck with Legos when you were a kid? I guess everyone did, right?
It was all right.
You didn't build shit? You're supposed to be an architect. You need to build like buildings?
Yeah.
That's what I used to do. I used to put the four and just build like baby skyscrapers.
Fortnite?
Not Fortnite.
Oh.
No. I used to play with Lincoln Logs too. I bet you not motherfuckers know about Lincoln Logs. That was like, it was like literal pieces of wood that were like carved that looked like a log cabin, and you would make like a log cabin out of them. They were just like notched out in each corner, and you just build them. They were called Lincoln Logs. Look it up.
I mean, it's a nice way to disconnect, you know?
Yeah, no, it's cool. It might be a cool little thing. I'm actually excited about it, and you know, Lego. Why are Legos so pricey? Can we talk about that?
You're getting monies.
That's $150. I'm kind of appalled at that. I didn't even look, and I got to the fucking thing. I'm buying beef jerky, got something there. I'm buying something, and then she scans this, and then the total's like $300 at Target. I'm going, what did I buy? I thought this was like $50 maybe. And she's like, no, yeah, a Lego set. A Lego set. It's $149.
Money. Well, they have their own movie. They have their own adventure park.
They do. They have their own video game. Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, Legoland's over here. Yeah, Legoland. I've never been there, but... all right, we can get to another topic. I know the other topic was about comic book video games. We can get into just a million comic book characters related in video games. I just don't know about direct comic book correlation.
All right, so we got Slim Rabbit coming in with the, you're going to get the new iPhone.
You know what?
Shit is amazing.
Is it? Because I don't know. I mean... This is the first time in years, and you know me, I'm the advocate of Apple. I own every Apple fucking product you can own. This iPhone, what do I have? The 12 Pro Max, whatever it is. Gotta be honest, it's the first time I've had an iPhone. There's been, remember the little baby glitches I've had? And I don't think the battery life is particularly great on that phone. The camera's cool. I have issues sometimes uploading videos to like Instagram. Which I think is an Instagram problem, not really Apple. Overall, I love Apple. I would never change. I love it. Cosmetically, it looks the same. I know the camera's upgraded. These phones are $2,000 phones. At some point, I'm just like, what do I don't see the benefit in it. So I might hold off. Verizon. I got Verizon. They let me fucking upgrade once a year. Maybe I'll just upgrade, and it doesn't change your bill really all that much. So. I don't know. For now, I think I'm okay. I guess the camera, to me, the camera's a big deal because it's part of what I do. It's how I promote the show. I do my little Instagram videos. You could do some pretty major shit on just a phone nowadays. I don't know. I have to watch some reviews and maybe see, but
I was got the 120 hertz though.
I was a little disappointed in this phone, in the 12. Like I didn't. Just because I had a couple of problems with it where it would act funny sometimes or it would get really hot or, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, this isn't the quality that usually my Apple products are really good to me. I still have all my iPads, my MacBook Pro, my iMac. I love all that shit. So, I don't know.
So you're not going to do it?
I don't know. I'm not 100% yet, bro. You going to get me one? My birthday's coming up. Give me an iPhone 13 Pro, whatever. 512, terabyte. They got a terabyte on the phone yet?
Yeah. Let me get the corporate card for the podcast.
Okay. We'll write it off.
All right. So we got Space Ghost. See the new Sopranos movie?
No, but I'm looking forward to it.
It's a fan of the show.
The Saints of Newark is what it's called. And it's basically a origin story of Tony Soprano and how he came up. And then the other characters are kind of littered in there.
I mean, you watched the whole thing, right?
No, yeah. You know me. Bro, I'm a Soprano freak. I was explaining to the girlfriend last night that The Sopranos is the only TV show in history that I can understand if somebody says that they've been emotionally attached to characters or a show. It's the only show that's ever done it for me. And I don't watch TV shows anymore or whatever. When I was, I was younger, Sunday night, 10 o'clock, bro, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I don't care what was going on. I watched it from the very first episode to the last. I never missed one time. I've rewatched them a million times. The character development, Meadow and Anthony, like the kids, like growing up in the house, they literally grew up on the show. Like you literally saw them change from, early teenagers to like grown men and women, and then you saw the older characters get older. I mean, and then of course James Gandolfini really passing away in real life. The way that the Sopranos series ended in that diner scene where everyone was like, did he get shot? Did he die? Like, there's just so much around it. And I don't know. For me, it was just the illest shit ever. I mean, obviously, I'm a kid from Long Island, so it's like the whole mafia thing and all that shit. It always did it for me. I loved it. That and the other show I got pretty close like that, which is funny because it's like an opposite, kind of opposite, is Oz, the jail show. That show was just so raw and extreme and like captivating that like I was like invested in that fucking show.
Yeah, but the Sopranos to you was like accurate almost, right? Like
yeah, it was very accurate. So many people in the Sopranos remind me of so many people that I know in real life. And it always hit me that way from the first time I saw it, and it was always a thing, and it's just a great show. So I'm looking forward to watching it. I am going to watch it. I'm probably just going to sit down and fucking watch it just by myself. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to get into it.
In the theaters?
No, I don't. I don't need to go to the theater for that one. I'll go to the theater for Venom and Carnage.
Oh, okay.
That one I'm going to... Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But yes, I am excited for The Sopranos. Thank you for the topic submission. Next topic.
All right, so Fox Riders, Mega Man or Mega Man X?
I like Mega Man X. I think, isn't that what most people would say? Mega Man X got a little more pizzazz, right? You got the extra weapons, the way, you know what I mean? But the OG Mega Man on NES, just the first series of games were just so amazing. Never mind the cover art on the first game. But just growing up, Mega Man was always that, like, Mega Man was like the game that everyone knew about, but it was like not Mario or, you know what I mean? It was just like, but everyone had Mega Man. It was funny. Like growing up with NES, like all the families, like it's like, of course everyone had Duck Hunt and da-da-da, but it's like, it seemed like everyone had a Mega Man game where I grew up anyway. And they were challenging. I mean, they still are, but Mega Man games will kick your ass if you let them, if you don't have the timing, and the different bosses are crazy in those fucking games. Saw Man, they always have the different Ice Man, Smoke Man. But Mega Man X, that's where it's at. That's where shit gets real. And Mega Man, speaking about prices, I think the prices went up again on the Mega Man X games. Because Mega Man X3 on SNES dipped and went up and down, and then now it's back a few $100. Just was looking at that the other day. But I use Marvel vs. Capcom Mega Man. I use them all the time. Then don't they have X in one of them? Marvel vs. Capcom 3, maybe. Ultimate.
No, that was the new one.
Oh, that's what it was, Infinite.
No, that was the only good thing about it.
They did have that. If they had X-Men in that game, people would shut the fuck up. If the X-Men were in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, all the X-Men, they would have shut the fuck up.
You bought the collector's edition too, right?
I did. I got the fucking figures. I got the gemstones everyone made fun of. They said they look like baby eggs. I mean, I can understand that, but it was, I mean, yeah, I was super hype about it. I didn't even think about it. I'm like, of course I need the collector's edition. Then they sat on shelves for years. Nobody cared. I don't know. I still maintain that game is a good fighting game mechanically. It's the character selection that kills it. The art style isn't the best either, but it's still pretty good. All right, next topic.
All right, so I did find a Google article.
Here we go. This is Doyle's weekly Google article.
All right, so I did find that IGN did the top 25 best Nintendo games. Okay. Nintendo 64 games.
Give me the top 10. You don't need 25.
Nintendo 64 games?
Go to 10 and below. Let's talk about it.
All right, but a lot of good ones are here, though.
Start at 10. This is...
All right, 10 Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
Okay. I think that should be in there now. I need the total list by the end of it to... But I do love that game, actually. Go ahead.
All right, we got Wave Race 64.
That's one of your favorite games of all time. Yeah. So it would be in your top 10.
You can jet ski with dolphins. And the songs.
The music is phenomenal.
Super Smash Brothers.
Nope, hate it. But I understand. It's going to definitely be in the 10. And that was at what, number 8?
That was 8.
Okay,
that was a Pioneer. Paper Mario.
Yeah, 1,000 Year Doors GameCube. Paper Mario is a phenomenal game. I mean, think about that. On 64 when that came out, that was different. That was cool.
And then my boy, Star Fox 64.
For sure in there. For sure, because that game is...
Oh, this one you like, Perfect Dark?
Ooh, well, I'm assuming GoldenEye is on that list. Now, everyone wants to argue. See, GoldenEye's got the charm. It's got the intangible. It's got the coup d'etat. It's got something where you don't know what it is. But it's got it. It's an intangible, right? Because Perfect Dark is technically the same game. It's better because it has more options, this, that, da-da. But GoldenEye, You can't fuck with it. All right, so that was number 4.
Oh, so you think GoldenEye
I like Golden. I can understand why it's technically better. Somebody would say Perfect Dark. It's a lot of contrarians that just don't like the idea that GoldenEye is so popular and Perfect Dark doesn't get the kudos. I don't know. That was number 4, Perfect Dark?
Not 5.
5, okay.
And number 4 was Banjo-Kazooie.
You know what? I don't hate it. I get it, but I've never been a huge fan. It's the same thing with Conkers. I never got the Conkers thing.
You haven't even played Banjo-Kazooie.
I own Banjo-Kazooie. What are you talking about? And I own Banjo-Tooie. And all the other fucking, yeah. I got the other one, too.
Both of them are on the list.
On
the
the
top 10, though.
Both of the Banjo games?
On top 25.
But not in the top 10.
Yeah, I think Banjo-Tooie is like 24.
Okay. All right. That's semi-fair. Because it's a
fan favorite, probably.
Yeah. All right. What do we got?
All right, number 3.
Top 3 now?
Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it's up there. You're wearing the vintage Majora's Mask promo hat today, I should say. I like it. It's an incredible game. But what's number 2 then? Ocarina of Time?
Number 2, Super Mario 64. And then Ocarina.
Now that Zelda's heavy hitter. So you got 2 Zeldas.
Well, this might be just a Zelda fan.
If Zelda was a rapper, you could say, top 3, 1 and 3. I mean, that's...
Well, Jay-Z could say the same, right?
Yeah.
Or Biggie?
Well, but that's like Biggie having, let's say, the top 3 hip-hop albums of all time, and Biggie has 2 of the albums in the top 3.
I mean...
Well, he doesn't,
Ready to Die and Life After Death are good 2 albums.
They're not in the top 3 hip-hop albums of all time, though. Not both of them. You'd have to choose. Give me the loot. I like Ready to Die. There's a little bit too commercial on Life After Death.
For real?
Except for Mad Rapper. Yeah, yo, Stan, yeah. Hi, I'm Shay from New Rochelle, and I just want to know, why are you so mad? Yo, and he's like, yeah. You can't be answering no fucking question like that. Who the fuck is you? Yeah. I love, Mad Rapper. Don't even get me started. I used to do Mad Rapper all the time. Anyway, that's a pretty good list. That means it's pretty accurate. Wait a second. Where the fuck was GoldenEye? Find out where GoldenEye's on that list. And then I'm going to write them a nasty letter.
All right, GoldenEye. Well, that's why I wanted to go through the whole list, you idiot. Oh, my God.
Listen, I'm not
going. We got snowboarding in here, WWF No Mercy, 64 Mario Kart, F-Zero X, GoldenEye's 15.
Nah, come on, bro. GoldenEye's in the top 10. You're telling me a GoldenEye's not a top 10 Nintendo 64 game? I want to talk to a manager right now. I'm going to find that person who wrote that article. What's their name?
Oh, by IGN staff. It was a
whole
whole
IGN staff. Yeah, they're too pussy to put their names on it, so they just write staff. Scumbags. IGN, I'm coming for you, bro.
Pokemon Stadium 2 is in there.
Fuck Pokemon.
Blast Corps?
I love Blast Corps. I fucking love that game. I love Blast Corps. Thank you for putting on the list. I still think they're all scumbags, though, because they did not have GoldenEye in the top 10 Nintendo 64 games. You put Banjo-Kazooie over GoldenEye? I don't think so, bro. Bugging. No way.
Odd Job?
Yeah, Odd Job, exactly. Odd Job is, man. Golden Gun, chops only. Chop.
Which one came out first, Perfect Dark or GoldenEye?
I'm pretty sure GoldenEye did. I could be wrong on that. I don't know for sure.
Perfect Dark probably perfected the mechanics or whatever. Right?
Yeah, it was just a different game. It was a little deeper. They had more options, All right, you got any more articles like that, or you want to go to another topic?
I got one more. Okay. Here we go. The end of the dollar store. Or Dollar Tree. They're not doing that shit anymore.
What do you mean? Dollar Tree downstairs? I go down there. Oh, no, that's Dollar General downstairs, right?
No, I mean, what Dollar Tree officially said, they're not doing a lot of stuff for $1 anymore. They're raising up the shit.
Yeah, they're going to have to raise the prices. You know what? This is what inflation does. I mean, back in the day, look what you used to get for $1 in 1950-something compared to what you get for $1 now. $1 isn't shit no more. How many things could you sell for $1, bro? I mean, I go downstairs to the Dollar General down here because it's the most convenient thing ever, but that shit is overpriced like a motherfucker. And they try to make it fancy. Dollar General X downtown Orlando, like for all the hipsters. I guess for assholes like me that think they live in a cool place and can go downstairs. And it's like, bro, you're just dressing up a Dollar General. Although it is really nice. I'm not going to lie. You tried to tell me for 2 months living here, you're like, you have a convenience store downstairs. I'm like, yeah, but it's like a cheap dollar store. It says dollar. You're like, no, bro, it's not bad. It's actually nice in there. I go in there. I'm like, yo, this is fucking nice in here.
Yeah, they probably have their prices raised up.
They are expensive. I mean, I believe them to be expensive. But, okay. So you randomly brought up that dollar. So out of all the articles you could have brought up, you brought up the Nintendo 64 one was great. But the next one you bring up is how Dollar Tree is not going to be selling things for $1 anymore.
Well, you said you used to like the dollar store.
I like the bodegas and shit in New York. I miss that. Like corner stores. I miss delis. I miss old school, like real deal delis where I can get a real sandwich and shit.
I mean, some people are buying out the Dollar Tree, you know?
Is that what I should invest in? You want to go half in on a Dollar Tree? Are they franchised and we can sell video games in there? I don't know. All right, give me another topic or give me another article. I'm having fun with your articles, Doyle.
All right, now we got topics over here. All right, so we got Mark, underrated TV shows and movies.
Ooh. Well, underrated TV show. Perfect Strangers, our favorite show. I want everyone out there to check out the 80s/early 90s sitcom Perfect Strangers. Wonderful show, one of the best theme songs of all time. I sometimes drive around in my car playing the Perfect Strangers theme song. So next time you hear that theme song, I want you to think of me in my vehicle playing it at high volumes in a public area. But underrated TV shows, I said Perfect Strangers. Speaking of, like, okay, around that time period, Growing Pains was another one. Trying to think. What was the show with Hulk Hogan and he was Tropical Thunder? No, that's Thunder Paradise. Tropical Thunder is the movie with Ben Stiller and shit or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. Wait, yeah.
No, I'm thinking
And
of, what was it called? Thunder Paradise. Type in Hulk Hogan TV show Thunder. I got to get the name of this. Type in Hulk Hogan TV show. I don't know. Am I bugging the fuck out or was there some kind of Miami Vice-ish show with Hulk Hogan? I'm thinking of Speedboats, Miami Blue Water.
Oh, yeah, boats. Thunder in Paradise.
Thunder in Paradise. Now, why does my brain retain this useless information? This is my problem. If I could somehow take my brain and let it absorb pertinent information that would make me millions of dollars hand over fist, no, I'm into Thunder in Paradise, Hulk Hogan, random Miami racing boat show.
2 former Navy SEALs work as mercenaries with a high-tech boat.
Enter Hulk Hogan.
1994.
Oh, that's another movie that we were flipping the channels on, and the girlfriend, I was like, no, stop right there. Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do you remember that one? That's a great movie. She made fun of it the whole time, how it's cheesy, stereotypical 80s, macho, here's fucking Schwarzenegger coming through. But then we started talking about how great Arnold Schwarzenegger is. And then, I'm like, dude, Arnold is the man. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. The fact that this man was in Twins, Terminator 2, fucking Commando, Kindergarten Cop, like Last Action Hero, bro. Phenomenal fucking movie. I love that movie. Arnold put in work, bro. Late 80s, late 90s Arnold put in some fucking work, bro. You got to respect that guy. And now he just rocks dope-ass Audemars watches, smokes big-ass cigars, and drives tanks through his property. How old's Arnold Schwarzenegger right now?
He's probably like 50, 60.
You're an idiot. Look it up. I guarantee you 75 plus.
No way.
He's probably 50 or 60, Doyle. How old is he?
74.
Thank you. I was close, but no cigar. But you thought he was 50 or 60.
Net worth $400 million.
Bro, 400 million, you're chilling. Who has more money? Does Jay Leno have more money than him? Type in Jay Leno net worth because I think it's close. And I was just watching Jay Leno's Garage today. I watch it every day.
Oh, people are looking it up. All right, so let's see here. 450 mil.
Yeah, they're close. They're close. Now look up Jeff Bezos' net worth. And let's talk about that for a second. I think Mark Zuckerberg lost like $12 billion today, by the way. Billion with
191 billion.
So, okay. Now let's do this. Every once in a while, I like to just do this. Jeff Bezos is worth $191 billion. Is that what you just said to me? That's after he gave his wife half the money, by the way. Just want to let you know that. He gave his wife $60 billion when they split up. $60 billion. Billion. B as in boy. B as in bro.
You think it was worth it?
Well, that bitch is killing shit now. I mean, we just looked up Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jay Leno's net worth. If you took both of their net worths, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jay Leno, two of the biggest celebrities that have ever touched foot in this country or this world, they're not. Jeff Bezos could buy them out every day for the rest of his fucking life and still be a millionaire at the end of it. You understand? Like, did you understand how much money $191 billion is? Understand how much money $400 million is, and that ain't shit. Yo, Jeff Bezos can go, I'm going to spend $400 million. I'm going to spend the equivalent of Arnold Schwarzenegger's net worth today, and I'm going to spend it on nothing. I'm just going to throw it off my balcony, and it won't matter. And I can wake up tomorrow morning and do it again, and it still won't matter. And you could do it every day for fucking 10 years, and it still won't matter. Just to give people an idea of how much money that is. Now, what does that mean for you or me? It means nothing. It just means he has a lot of money. But at that point, it's not even money. It's not even a thing. It's just, you just go, I'll just buy shit, do shit, make things happen. The real thing that much money buys you is the power to do whatever you want. It's not about buying nice watches and cars and houses at that point. You can move cities. You could fucking do shit. You could buy companies. He could buy an entire company, bro.
Well,
he could buy an NFL team for no reason. Now, I know a lot of those are by committee. Like, they have to sign. I don't think you could just go there like, I'm going to buy the Buffalo Bills for $3 billion. They won't let you do it. I think it has to be voted and stuff, which is good.
Well, every time they ask him about his net worth, he always talks about his company, how he made $1 trillion or something.
Well, that's what he said. He goes, my company's worth so he goes, I'm only 19% of my company.
Yeah,
but
what do you think?
Listen, Jeff, however you want to slice it, bro, 190 billion. Some people, I mean, it blows my mind, bro. But you know what? I'm not against it. There should never be a maximum amount of money you're allowed to earn or have no, fuck all that. That's just a lot of money, bro.
So he could go to space.
Yeah, he can go to space. He could buy a $50 billion spaceship. $50 billion. Okay? Go to space, have a party, do a bunch of coke, get some hookers, whatever he wants to do, and come back on a Tuesday and go, I still got almost $100 billion in the bank, bro. Liquid. Cash. Bank of America checking account. 190, but which is not what it looks like.
How do you even interact with people at that point?
I'm glad I don't have that, because if I had that money, you wouldn't even see me, Doyle.
Sure.
We would do the podcast from space. We would do this podcast from fucking Saturn. I would invent some kind of Total Recall situation. Another great Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, which was on the other night. I remember that movie distinctively as a child because there was a woman with 3 titties in that movie.
What about your boy?
And the
Nugget?
guy's like, I wish I had 3 hands or something like that.
What about your Nugget face?
Yeah, the little guy, Quaid. Yeah, the little guy that's fucked up in his stomach. Quaid. Yeah, I like him. He's cool too.
It is open.
Open your mind, Quaid. Yeah.
That was not CGI though.
No, that was
real.
That was makeup. That was artistry. That was a lot of the Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street movies were like that too. Very intricate makeup. There's a great documentary. I think it's called Never Sleep Again, and it's about all the all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and just how intricate details. Like, they all cast and crew members, Robert Englund, everybody. And they go through and they interview him about each. All like, yeah, in the first one we did this and blah, 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 blah. It was great. It was like 4 hours long. Really, really good documentary.
That's your boy Freddy Krueger, right?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger. I like Freddy Krueger. I have the Freddy glove from Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It's like a prop. It's really dope.
Well, it's just dangerous. That's like a
legitimate weapon. I might have gotten drunk before and tried to cut you open with that. I've definitely put it to your neck. I know I've done that.
Yeah, you could have easily killed me.
Uncle Mikey gets a little out of pocket sometimes. It's okay. All right, we got any more topics or what's going on?
All right, we got PBT Taco. Did you go see the new Venom movie?
I did not. We talked about it, but no, I did not. People I know went to the premiere, and nobody spoiled it for me or anything. Like I said,
I already got a spoiler, but I don't care.
I mean, I'm going to see it anyway, but my girlfriend has a thing for Tom Hardy. I'm okay with it. She told me that's the only man
said
she
the end
leave
is
me
good,
for.
so people got to stay. I guess after credits, there's something.
Oh no, of course, yeah. In that kind of movie, you want to stay because you're gonna find out something, most likely. Yeah, and that's cool too. I mean, I'll find out. I'm gonna actually go to the movies and see that. I still don't know about the PG-13 rating, but can I tell you a movie?
We can go on a double date.
Oh, you got a chick you're bringing with you? All right,
Cindy.
bro. Cindy Lauper. Okay, fine. Well, you bring Cindy. I'm all for Cindy. She sounds like a lovely woman already, or whatever she is. It's fine. It's fine. Now, can I tell you about a shitty movie that I saw? So I watched the newer Suicide Squad movie. Have you watched that? What the fuck is going on there? DC. All right. Let me gather my thoughts here. I get it what they were doing. You can make it so shitty or so over the top or so stereotypical, generic that it's like you just have to laugh at it, which I did anyway. But you didn't see it, did you?
No.
Dude. The characters, now they fuck with you in the first 10 minutes of the movie and you're like, this can't be and then they fuck with you and then they bring I know, I ruined it for people. Spoiler alert. But anyway, I don't really get it. This is why I don't fuck with DC movies, other than I'm looking forward to Batman. The new Batman movie coming out. Batman is my boy.
Well, Aquaman was alright.
No, you just got a thing for the guy. That's why. Yeah. Jason Momoa, is that his name?
No.
That's his name. You don't know, Doyle. You know who he is, bro. I never saw Aquaman, though. Not a big Aquaman fan, even from the comic books. Never really fuck with Aquaman. But the Batman movie, DC doesn't do it for me. Batman, though, I have to say, is a huge.
But Superman.
I never was a huge Superman guy. But Batman, though, for real, I'll never talk shit about Batman. I love Batman. I love everything about Batman. I love the characters that are involved with it. I love all versions. I like the animated series. I like the Michael Keaton movies. I like the Ben Affleck. Batman vs. Superman to me was a great movie. I actually really enjoyed that. The extended cut version and all that. So yeah, I don't know. What was the topic?
It was the Venom, but you were talking about Suicide.
Suicide Squad was bad. It just wasn't. I don't get it. I keep saying that. I get it. It's just overdone too much. It's supposed to be like that, and it's a little bit of me just being a curmudgeon about it, but I'm not on board with it.
And Harley Quinn chick's in it, though.
Yeah, Harley Quinn, it's okay. The jokes aren't that funny. There's literally a fucking...
You didn't like your boy John Cena's?
Yeah, John, what is he wearing? And I get it, they overdo it on purpose. It's supposed to be what the fuck is going on? John Cena, dog, what are you doing, bro? And he's a scumbag in the movie, and there's a shark in there. The shark character from... is a Batman character. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
Again? All right.
No. All right, give me another topic.
So you're not going to see Venoms?
I told you, we're going on a date you're bringing Cindy.
All right, so we got Vintage City Kings. Favorite horror movies since this month is spooky movies.
Okay. We briefly touched on horror movies in the beginning of the show, but...
Are you saying favorite?
Yeah, the Halloween movies are great. Michael Myers. There's a new Michael Myers, I think, coming out. New Halloween movie or some shit.
What about It?
It's good, but the new It I don't like. The old It I liked because I grew up on it, and it creeped me out. It still kind of creeps me out, but I look at it, it's kind of corny now. What else? Oh, Exorcist, one of my favorite. You know what movie? It's kind of horror-ish that I saw the other day that I forgot about, and it came up on Netflix or whatever. Was Secret Window with Johnny Depp. You remember that one? Where he's the writer. He goes up in that cabin in the woods. Do you remember this movie?
I heard about it.
It's very Fight Club-ish, where he's actually seeing things the whole movie, and you have to figure it out at the end. You realize, oh, he's just bugging. He's going crazy. And he ends up being a murderer himself. Spoiler alert, but the movie's 20 years old. It's fucking 20, bro, after X amount, bro. And it's kind of a spooky, scary movie. It's not horror, but I just saw it the other day after the first time in a long time. Pretty good movie. I fucked with a couple of the Conjuring movies on the newer side of things, but I also like weird, obscure, fucked up horror movies. If people want to watch some fucked up shit, look up Audition. I'm going to just say that. Just look up Audition. It's an older, I believe it's a Japanese film of some kind. But look up Audition. Other than that, Texas Chainsaw. I was going to watch the origin stories of Leatherface, which is 2017 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. specifically about Leatherface. But I watched some of it when it came out, and then I stopped watching it. It was actually pretty good. So I'm going to continue that. I'm trying to think of other horror movies. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. With the popcorn guns. Gremlins. I like Gremlins, not a horror movie.
On that?
Ghoulies. What about Ghoulies? With the little dude coming out of the toilet, the green guy. I like that. Shout out my boy from Tales from the Crypt. The Crypt Keeper dude that laughs funny. I like him. You know, I always think about that guy. He gives me a lot of nostalgia because when I was a kid and we used to do the road trips from Long Island to Orlando in the big old conversion van that we talked about last time. You know, as a kid, we would stop at like a hotel in like Georgia before we got to Florida. And I always remember sleeping in that hotel, and always late at night, there was always I don't know if it was just that time of year, but every year, like we'd stop at the hotel, and there was always the fucking Tales from the Crypt on late at night on one of the random channels in Georgia. And I just have so many fond memories of just laying in some like half-ass hotel in the middle of Georgia, watching fucking, you know, the Tales from the Crypt with the Crypt Keeper laughing and all the weird stories and shit that went along with it. My mother smoking Winston cigarettes and drinking Sambuca fucking in the hotel room. It's just smelling like that. Those were the days, man. I miss those days a lot. Just simpler times, 90s shit. But yeah, Tales from the Crypt brings me back like that.
That was a good show.
Yeah, it was
what about
fun.
Twilight Zone?
Dude, I know you're a big fan of Twilight. I love Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone is some deep shit if you really get into it. I love that shit. I always love my favorite one. It's like generic, but I love the airplane one with the wing, with the guy on the wing. Where the guy's bugging out, he looks outside and he sees. And then I love the Twilight Zone movie from the 90s. I believe it was made in the 90s. Do you remember that? They made a Twilight Zone movie. The number one thing that stands out to me in that movie was when the scene where the guy, I think he backs up, the one where he backs up and hits the kid on a bike. And then the kid, they bring him to a house because the kid got hurt and he's like on the couch. And in the house, there was like an old man. The TV was on. The TV was doing some bugged out shit. And then they served dinner. And all I remember in the dinner was they put peanut butter on the hamburger. Listen, I'm kind of fucked up. I'm pretty sure that's in the movie. Unless I'm completely fucked up and I just completely have a random memory in my head. Although I did remember Thunder in Paradise with Hulk Hogan. So it's up there somewhere with that. But yeah, there was a weird scene in that movie. And then the guy turned into like a rabbit. I remember the old man turning into like a rabbit in that house. Somebody out there is going to know what I'm talking about. I'm not that crazy. But Twilight Zone, just some of the stories. You know what other one I liked from the OG black and white Twilight Zone was where like the aliens fucked with the town, like shut off the power and just watched the people go against each other. Like teaching a valuable life lesson. Like everyone blamed everybody for everything. And it's like, no, bro. And then at the end, I think they zoomed out, and I think there were aliens or people sitting up in the mountains, like they were controlling all that. Because people's cars wouldn't even start. Like the power went out in the house, but then cars didn't start. And it was weird. So Twilight Zone, yeah, I fuck with that.
There's a lot of them that were just like fucking around with people, you know, like.
Yeah, like social experiments type of shit. Yeah.
Like one that they thought they were in space and they got deserted planet, and it was actually like the desert.
Oh
in
yeah,
Las Vegas.
yeah, exactly.
And they like kill each other.
And there was something else. What was the one with the mirror? There was something with a mirror where a guy. It's too obscure, but you know what I mean. There was something where a guy looked in the mirror and what he saw wasn't real, and I don't remember. All right, is there any more topics we got? What's going on?
All right, we got JB Dougie.
Okay.
He's asking, should I put everything on credit?
Ooh. Well,
like I guess he's talking about like new pickups and shit.
Yeah, well, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but if you got a credit card with a higher limit, put all your shit on there and pay it off right away. It's a good way to build credit. And technically, if you have to stretch something out a little longer, and even if you get hit a little bit on the interest, as long as sometimes it's good for that, but I'm a huge, and some people are not with this way of thinking because it's not right all the time. I'm a cash guy. I'd rather just pay you and not owe you. Meaning you, meaning the bank, meaning anybody. Everything I own. My car, I own it. There's no monthly payment. This place I can't own because it's not for sale. I rent it, but I tried to pay my rent up front for the year just because I don't like owing people money. To me, that way, no matter what, something goes fucking haywire in my life and I got to sell something, like really something goes wrong, I own all this shit. It's not like I bought that big TV and I put $2,800 on a credit card. And even if I were to sell that for cash, I still owe the money on the credit card. So you don't really own it. And then you're getting killed with interest. Then there's a late payment. Then it goes to collections and your credit's bad. And then you don't have cash. Just own it outright. But it is good to put money on credit cards. Like my credit cards, it's a few $100s a month. I keep my credit utilization super low. You're supposed to keep it below 10%. It's just a few $100s. I get gas, I get food. And as soon as I see it show up in the fucking, like my balance, I immediately pay it with the app online. Open up a couple of different apps here, blah, 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 and just pay it. Now, there's a way to leverage everything. That's the key, and that's where you got to get smart. And that's where I talk to people that work in finance. That's why I talk to people in my family that are in business and they make moves, because it's not all the time the greatest idea to just throw a bunch of cash at everything, because then you could use that cash for other stuff. There's a way to leverage shit. So as somebody, as a younger lad that fucked up my credit because I didn't give a fuck and I didn't have any responsibilities, I know as I'm older now how important it is. And I'm glad I made those decisions early in life and I escaped from it, but it's dangerous. Trust me, the credit card companies, they want you in debt. They don't want you to not pay, they want you to fucking little by little pay the bill so they get their interest, or just completely fuck up and come after you. They don't like that either, because eventually they sell your account off for lower, but they make a good amount of money. So anyway, put stuff on credit, but pay it fucking off. Don't leave your credit card bill, lingering for 2 years at $2,000 and you just pay $20 a month. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. But anyway, I am not a financial advisor, so don't listen to me. Just to get that out. All right, let's get one more topic and we get out of here.
All right, one more topic? All right, so what do we got here? We got, okay, so I'm Hitman. How do you feel about The Sopranos?
We talked about that, though.
No?
Give me another one. Give me another. Just give
We
me.
might be talking about the show, though.
We did. We talked about it.
Oh, my God. All right, so we got top 3 pairs of sneakers. Slim Rabbit.
Concord 11 Jordans. Trying to make them not all Jordans.
You used to have sneaker of the day. What happened?
Yeah, but now we do hat of the day.
Oh, okay. Bones
Yeah.
Malone.
Bones Malone. The Concord 11 Jordans. Also the Taxi 12 Jordans, to me, are like, I love them.
What about the one that you have? The one that you paid big bucks for?
The Jordan 1s. Yeah. The OG Jordan 1s, which are like one of the illest silhouettes of a sneaker ever. Super significant.
That's Miles Morales. How can you not like that?
I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan, bro. I want to say something like the Pippins or something, or the Griffies, or the Barclays.
Oh, the Kemps?
The Kemps. I love the Sean Kemps. That's a Reebok. I like the old Shaq Gnosis shoes. Air Force Ones.
Yeah, those are classic.
I know. Those are just OG. But I have the Rockefeller Air Force Ones. Those are clean. With the Rockefeller symbol on it. Those are dope.
Oh, you're looking to get the Wu-Tang one, right?
That's my holy grail of sneakers. If anybody has a Wu-Tang Dunk size 9 or 9.5, holla at your boy. There's only 36 of them ever made, and they go for about $10,000. So I don't know how many people listen to this show. I'll have them and let them go for a reasonable price, but I'd be willing to possibly negotiate. It's honestly one of the. I'm not a sneaker collector per se, like how some people are. I just have a lot of sneakers, but I wear all my sneakers, most of them. Those are. If I could literally have one pair of sneakers in my whole life, it would be the Wu-Tang Dunks. You know what? My boy Sycamore Style, he makes the Wu-Tang. He works with Clark's. You know, the Clark Wallabies, which are the iconic Wu-Tang shoes. Ghostface, when he's talking about, with the blue and cream joints, I had crazy visions. He actually made those. He worked with Ghostface, and they made a pair of them. They're $600.
The Crazy Visions?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the marble?
The marble. Do like marble cake, son. Do crazy this summer, son. Yo, he goes ham. But they made them. They collaborated and they made the blue and the cream joints, bro. I want them. They're up on his site right now for $600. Here's the thing. They brought them back. They had them initially last year. Sold out. They're bringing back a few pair. Maybe I'll hit up Chef Raekwon. Hook your boy up. Send him over. Tell Ghostface sign him. Send him. He signed the sneakers. I got the Raekwon sneakers signed. Maybe it's possible. I don't know. That would be really dope, though. I can't lock in on a top 3 pair. It's hard for me. But I would say the Concord 11 Jordans and also the Taxi 12s because I have a personal significant connection to those. And then, like I said, I just do something like Pippin's. I like those 90s, those mid-90s cross-trainer, like the Deion Sanders sneakers or the fucking Emmitt Smiths. I like the football kind of.
Oh, what about the Sega Sports?
I love those too. The Sega Sports remind me of those. Those are like a high-top trainer. Those Sega Sports sneakers are amazing because they're made really well. Like the leather is thick and it's heavy and it's like they really made an attempt at making a real cross trainer. It kind of looks like a Nike. It kind of looks like a Reebok, but it's not made by either or. That was a great eBay pickup. $29.99 free shipping.
That was a sniper.
I sniped. Nobody saw it. I bid. I was the only bidder on it. And they're dead stock, and I clean them up to the T, bro.
Same thing with this one, right? The Irish.
Yeah, well, this was worn.
Or people were bidding.
No, this was 30 something bids went through on that, but I got the top. Stop. I needed to have that hat. Every once in a while, when I need something, I need something. I needed that. All right, we can get out of here on that, right?
That's it.
Is there anything you would like to tell the people before we end the show, Doyle? I always give you this opportunity at the end of the show.
We got topics. I mean, we got the more content coming up, right?
We do. We do have more content. We're gonna take a trip at some point and film the whole thing, and that's gonna be dope. We do have part 2 of the condo tour coming up. We're gonna try
to get the gimbal set up, right?
Right, we're gonna get the gimbal for the camera. You just showed me an adapter before we recorded that like gives us like it's better for the gimbal, so we can use the 4K camera. It's gonna look smooth. You can do your thing. You can zoom, pan, whatever you got to do. It's gonna come out nice. So we'll do that. And in the middle of categorizing and cataloging what we're gonna do as far as getting some stuff out of here, sold, shipped. A lot of figures, some games, some other things. Keep a lookout for that. I'm going to have a Shopify website, and I'm also going to just do it through Instagram. Just throw it on the story. Yo, what happened to Instagram today? It was down.
Oh, yeah?
There was a major outage of Instagram all day. It just came back like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. People were pissed. Because we're all disgustingly addicted to our phones. So when shit like that happens, people freak out. Not a big deal. But
are we going to advertise it here?
Advertise what? The for sale stuff? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to do something like that. We might do a couple items of the week just to see if, I mean, we might as well utilize it as an advertisement. It's our own shit, so. Then who knows? Maybe I can open up a service where I could take things on consignment for people and sell it on the show for a small fee. I got to get some money pumping through the LLC, some legit money. I got to do some things. I got to make some moves. I opened up the business. I have the accounts going. We got to make moves here. That was the point of doing that, so. I already said I'm going to hold off on the physical location of the store. Let's get the online going. Let's get some more product going, and then we'll see where it leads. Okay? Okay. Well, anyway, thank you for imparting your knowledge, Doyle, on the people there. You didn't really tell them anything, but I appreciate it.
Like, comment, and share.
Like, comment, and share. And until next time, peace.